When a woman likes you but is trying to hide it, it can be frustrating to decipher what's really going on. I'm here to give you the unfiltered truth about the signs you should be looking for. You see, women can be complicated, and figuring out whether or not a woman likes you can be a bit of a puzzle. When a woman has feelings for a guy, she'll often go to great lengths to protect her emotions and avoid the potential embarrassment of anyone discovering her true feelings. Why? It's a defense mechanism to shield herself from getting hurt if the affection isn't reciprocated. Society and social expectations can play a role in this too. On top of that, some girls might intentionally play hard to get as part of their dating strategy. They believe that making you work for their affection will make you more interested in them. But since women aren't the best at hiding their feelings, they typically exhibit paradoxical yet revealing signs when trying to conceal their true feelings for someone they're into. In this video, we will go over 8 of them that you need to look out for. Number 1, she criticizes you for small things. This happens especially in front of her friends. The moment the name of a guy she likes comes up, she'll nitpick about him from the kind of shoes he wears to the way he talks. If a friend mentions him, she'll say things like, "Oh, I can't stand him," or, "Oh, that guy thinks he's this and that." It's usually not that hard to notice because when a woman is genuinely not interested in a guy, she typically won't even bring him up in conversations because the thought of him hardly even crosses her mind. That's why they say it's better to be hated by a girl than to be invisible to her. It's true. Being in her thoughts or conversations, even in a negative light, at least shows some level of engagement or interest. Oftentimes, a woman will excessively criticize a guy she's into as a means of covering up her genuine interest in him. If she's criticizing you for no reason, it may be because she's secretly into you. Number 2, she overcompensates. As humans, we have a knack for shouting bold declarations from the rooftops to drown out the whispers of our internal vulnerabilities. It's a defense mechanism, a way of concealing our deeper, often unspoken emotions. For example, when a woman repeatedly emphasizes, "We're just friends," it's usually a veil she's drawing over deeper feelings. On the surface, her words may seem crystal clear, but beneath this proclamation lies a complex web of emotions and cognitive dissonance. Cognitive dissonance theory suggests that our mind is always in pursuit of harmony and internal consistency. We yearn for the jigsaw pieces of our thoughts and emotions to fit snugly together, and we're willing to go to great lengths to make that happen, even if it means crafting narratives to conceal our true feelings, all in the quest to achieve that balance. The desire for this equilibrium can lead to her overcompensating. When she consistently stresses that it's merely a friendship, she's not just speaking to the other person, but to herself as well. This verbal assertion becomes a form of self-reassurance, a way of convincing herself that her true feelings, or more profound emotions, can be contained and controlled. In essence, overcompensation is a cloak that conceals what lies beneath, a complex spiderweb of feelings, desires, and insecurities. So the next time you hear her say, "We're just friends," remember it's not just a simple declaration, it's a manifestation of a deeper internal struggle. It could even be a symphony of desires that she's attempting to suppress for various reasons, whether it's fear of rejection, societal expectations, or her own uncertainty. Furthermore, beneath the surface, there could be a network of insecurities. She might be questioning her worth, or worrying about the potential consequences of admitting her true emotions. These insecurities may form a significant part of her intricate emotional landscape. So while her words may seem straightforward, they might be concealing a world of emotions and complexities that she's grappling with. Number 3, she gets jealous when you interact with other women. Jealousy is a primal and potent emotion that runs deep within the human psyche. It's like a bubbling pot of insecurity, fear, and envy, all mixed into a single concoction. When a woman seems bothered or displays signs of jealousy when you engage with or mention other women, it's often a clear sign that she's pretending not to like you, but in reality, she has a genuine interest. It's a classic example of actions speaking louder than words, revealing her true feelings despite her attempts to hide them. Studies have shown repeatedly that feelings of jealousy activate specific regions in our brain. These are the ones closely linked with pain and intense yearning. This means that her subtle reactions might not just be manifesting emotionally, but physically as well. Think of it like the sting of a fresh wound or a bad muscle ache. So when you notice her getting visibly agitated or uneasy when you interact with other women, it's not just an emotional reaction. It's a physical manifestation of her internal struggle to hide her true feelings. The jealousy she feels is a sign of her deeper affection, an important reminder that sometimes what people say and what they truly feel can exist in stark contrast. Number 4. She remembers details about you. When a woman remembers and brings up specific details about your personal life or previous conversations, it's a strong indicator of interest. There's profound insight in what a person chooses to remember. If she recalls your stories and experiences with a clarity that even surprises you, it's not just good memory at play here. Cognitive psychology and the concept of selective retention state that our minds like to prioritize memories associated with deeper connections. People tend to remember things about those they care about or are attracted to. So when she recalls things about you such as your favorite movie, a recent accomplishment, or even a simple fact about your family, it's a subtle indication of her desire to connect with you on a deeper level. Number 5. Her friends give away her secret attraction. Have you ever found yourself in a situation where people start associating your name with a girl you barely even think about? This is what happens when rumors about her liking you begin to circulate within her friend circle, even though she appears to be avoiding you. She likely revealed it to someone close, and the gossip eventually made its way back to you through her friends. Perspective is a remarkable lens through which we perceive the world. When you're too close to the canvas, you often miss the bigger picture. In this context, her friends have a more distant vantage point, and that greater perspective allows them to catch nuances and connections that might escape your notice. So, when you hear those whispers of her friends or acquaintances linking her name with yours, it's not just idle gossip. It's a dead giveaway that she's been into you all along and has been making efforts to hide it. However, the truth has a way of slipping through the cracks, and in this case, it's a clear sign that her true feelings are stronger than her attempts to keep them concealed. It's time to read between the lines and acknowledge the attraction that's been hiding in plain sight. Number 6. Her body language. Body language is like a subconscious script of our inner feelings. It's the language of emotions that's being translated into subtle gestures and micro-expressions. When she seeks you out in a crowd, or there's an unintentional stare, it's the body's natural way of conveying emotions that the mouth doesn't want to verbalize. There was a study done on micro-expressions by a world-renowned psychologist named Dr. Paul Ekman. It proved that these tiny, involuntary facial expressions can reveal a person's true emotions, often when they're trying to conceal them consciously. Paying attention to her micro-expressions can be incredibly insightful. It helps cut through the facade and provides a glimpse of her genuine feelings. This knowledge has applications far beyond dating and personal relationships, extending into areas like law enforcement, therapy, and even negotiation. Number 7. She gives you mixed signals. Finding yourself on the receiving end of mixed signals from a woman can be incredibly frustrating and confusing. When a woman gives you mixed signals, it typically means that she's uncertain or conflicted about her feelings toward you. But it could also be for other reasons. It could be due to the fear of rejection. She may like you, but is hesitant to make her feelings clear and instead sends mixed signals to gauge your interest. Some women even employ mixed signals as a tactic to play hard to get, thinking it makes them more attractive by appearing less available, creating an air of mystery. Past experiences and relationships, characterized by emotional baggage, can also significantly influence her behavior. If she's been hurt before, she might be cautious about revealing her true feelings. Additionally, conflicting emotions might be at play, as she genuinely likes you but is wrestling with other factors like career, family, or personal goals, leading to inner conflicts. There's also the possibility that she's testing your interest, using mixed signals to see if you'll pursue her, even when she seems distant. Lastly, the lack of clarity about one's feelings is another factor. Sometimes, an individual might be in a phase of self-discovery where they're uncertain about their emotions, which can lead to giving mixed signals. Navigating the realm of romance is like observing an intricate dance between the heart and the mind. This oscillation between hot and cold behavior is a direct representation of the tug-of-war happening within her. It's a battle between societal expectations and her raw, unfiltered emotions. In essence, the conflicting signals are a mirror reflecting the internal conflict between what she genuinely feels and what she believes she should feel. Number 8. She seems overly distant. Have you ever felt like a woman is blatantly ignoring you for no apparent reason? She ghosts you in conversations, vanishes without a proper goodbye, and leaves you scratching your head. It's tempting to label her as indifferent or distant, but the reality of the situation is often far more intricate and emotionally charged. When emotions run deep and the stakes feel high, many women tend to retreat into their protective shell. It's not just about pride, it's a fundamental act of self-preservation. What you see as her acting distant and uninterested is nothing more than a facade to conceal her complex internal struggle. Inside her mind, she could be having an ongoing conversation with herself, wrestling with her emotions, debating whether it's safe to open up to you, and carefully considering what might happen if she lets her guard down. This behavior is a survival mechanism. She knows that her actions and reactions can be dead giveaway signs of her attraction to you, and that realization can be daunting. So when you notice a woman actively trying to avoid you or creating emotional distance, it's crucial to understand that it may not be about disinterest. It's often a conscious effort to play it safe, to protect herself from the complexities of her own emotions. At the end of the day, if she is pretending not to like you, now you know, and if she's genuinely uninterested, move on. The reality is, life's too short to waste on silly games pursuing someone who's not genuinely interested. Remember, time is a valuable resource, and once it's gone, you can't get it back. So use it wisely and focus on relationships that bring authenticity and fulfillment to your life. With that said, don't forget to hit the like button if you found this video helpful, and I'll see you in the next video.